The titanic, terrifying battle between the most terrifying monsters within our community come together for one giant clash. The following announcement has been paid for by Monsters with Attitude.
We are your podcast's favorite podcast, living off of one phrase, 3 words. Embrace the attitude.
What's going on? Okay, I know exactly what's going on with that video. We will discuss this after.
All right. We got a whole new set and caboodle here at MWA. Still working out the technical difficulties, but that's all right. What's going on, listeners with attitude? Welcome to What's New in No, I'm sorry. We're the OGs. This is MWA Presents Let's Talk Raw. All your weekly news, discussions with news, and announcement coming at you live and in living color. As always, I am your host with the most, Mr. Joe Mama, as you can probably tell. I'm a little under the weather and I'm losing my voice, so I will try to pull through this as best as I can. But joined with me, as always, the man who's working hard for hard men, Eric Stalapi Poppy, you himself. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I do it all for him, okay? I do it all for him, okay? I'm doing good. I'm sad that I missed the last show, so I apologize for everybody that I wasn't able to experience and celebrate with all of you. It would have been really cool, but it just kind of happens. But I'm glad. It seemed like everybody was doing great, and everybody loved all the new updates, so that's really awesome. Obviously, we'll go probably over that stuff again, so we reiterate everything and we don't miss anything, and everybody understands everything. But it's good to be back again and talking with the boys. So
we definitely missed you. A few people in the chat were wondering if we voted you off the island, but I said never. We can never vote Eric off.
That is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. So
that's what he said. That's what you said for sure. Yeah,
that's literally what I said. I was like, no way. He just has some family stuff that came up, but he'll be back as soon as he can. And I voted you off, but everybody else wanted John. So
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Joe, he can watch our stuff. You know that, right?
Oh crap! Joined with me to my right, the conductor of the Godzilla train himself, Mr. Adrian Settle. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing good, JoJo. Finally not having tech issues for the first time in like 3 freaking weeks, so I apologize for my absence as well. But I'm definitely happy to be back and ready to get into all these wonderful, wonderful news that we got this past week and an interesting subject that we saw yesterday afternoon, but we'll get to that in just a second.
Mr. Samson West, what's going on, dude? How are you?
I'm here. I'm here. And let's get used to it.
Not queer. Right. Are you sure?
The realest Goji fan in the room. Jordan the Don Adorno. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
I am doing 10,000 times much better now that I am here. Unfortunately, my weekend comes to an end, although I'll be back to work for just Monday and Tuesday, and then I'll have my regular weekend off. But it's always nice to chop it up with you guys. So, yeah.
Excellent. I want to say hello to the chat real quick here before we get going.
Hi, chat.
The fanciest of cats says, I will listen to this while playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. Switch to edition. I got carrots to harvest, bros. I don't know what the hell he just said, but rock on, man. Rock on.
Can't forget about
Michael, what's going on? Good afternoon, buddy.
Michael.
Nathaniel Plummer says, hi, I love the new mascot. Jordan is a great artist. Respect. He is a badass kaiju who needs a badass name. I think we should call him Fuckosaurus. Why not?
Hey, language.
I'm just speaking with what the chat says. That's a great idea,
Yeah, no,
Nathaniel. We'll put it into the poll and see how that works. But yes, very much so. Jordan is an amazing artist. DJC says, "Hey yo." Monster Kid Corey says, "All right, let's go." He's all lubed up and ready to play. Oscar, well,
Jesus.
crap, we got a full cast. Yes, we do. Art of Alex Sawyer says, hey, gang.
Alex.
Fanciest of cats, this new song makes me want to rip off my shirt and fight someone. That's the point, man. We're here to get you fired up.
Yes.
The Furious Five, damn right. Joe the band. I apologize, guys. Joe the Bandai Jesus. Eric the Bandai Pro. Oscar says, also congrats on 3,200 subs. Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
We've been exploding over the past couple months, and we're so honored and grateful for that. Yeah, for all the love and support, and to the OGs that have been around with us for years. Tuning in when we had 100 subs or 500 subs or 700 subs and all of it. We love and appreciate you guys. We know who the OGs are. Adrian, the X-plus Gambler. Eric Sloppy Toppy.
Hey, what the funk?
That's just that's Eric's nickname I gave him ever since that romantic weekend we spent in Fiji. Samson the last.
What can I say?
Bears love subs. Yes, we do. Holy crap! When do y'all jump a few thousand subscribers? Congrats! Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
The past few months has been pretty awesome. It's been we've been on a viral climb for sure, and it's awesome. We're super appreciative of it. Jordan the Mighty Gambin Kaiju Ranger. Gambin. I don't know what the hell Gambin means. I don't know. Gambin? I don't know. Alex Andrew Garyuga is as Spinosaurus.
I think that was that Ultra Kaiju we talked about that was revealed, a Bandai figure from the new Ultraman Omega series.
Oh, really?
Oh, from like a few weeks ago?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Nice. I still haven't caught up with it, so I'm still waiting for it to be all released before.
I've just been up to date with the figures. That's it.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, absolutely.
Joe got chicked up at that. I don't even know what that means, Corey, but probably. And here, Art of Alex Sawyer. NWA is the best ever, even better than Cam. Damn right.
Yes.
Let's go.
What's on them?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Goji Guy says, yo.
Hey, what's up, man?
What up?
Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I got choked up. Yes, I did. I got choked up. All right. That'll do it with the pleasantries for now. I think you guys want to jump into this week's news and information.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
I guess.
Golly, I'm going to have to remember that's going to start happening because I'm going to have a heart attack every time that thing screams right into my ear.
Yeah, my eardrum. What's
I apologize. All right. Topic 1 tonight, guys. SH Figure Arts has announced that Ultraman Tiga Multi-Type 30th Anniversary Edition. The scheduled release for this guy is going to be September 2026, with pre-orders open February 2nd, 2026. Is today the 1st or the 2nd? Is it today or tomorrow?
Today's the 1st.
Yeah.
Today's the 1st. So tomorrow, pre-orders are opening with this thing at 4 p.m. JST. I'm assuming that means Japan Standard Time. So basically in commemoration of the 30th anniversary of Ultraman Tiga Multi-Type returns to the SH Figure Arts series as a special 30th anniversary edition. It features newly installed light condensing parts for the eyes and color timer, along with a wealth of new effect parts to recreate various attacks from the TV series. Additionally, it also comes with a commemorative pedestal featuring the Ultraman Tiga 30th anniversary logo. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go through the pictures here. Anybody, I know we're all generally Ultraman fans, but I know we're all kind of a little specific with what we get when it comes to brands specifically outside of Godzilla due to budgetary and space reasons. But Tiga, Gaia, Dyna, I feel like those were a lot of our generation's Godzilla, our generation monster fans that introduced us into Ultraman. So anybody here thinking they're going to pick this up or have a special spot for Tiga? Eric, I'll start with you.
It's tempting. It really is, because Tiga's what got me on Ultraman and interested in Ultraman. It was the first series I ever watched on Foxbox on Saturday mornings. And then obviously it was the first Ultraman movie that I ever watched, Battle in Hyperspace. So with obviously the three Heisei Ultramans together. So there is a soft spot in my heart for Tiga. It is my favorite Ultraman, along with Ultraman Zero. But I really want more the 3-0 Ultraman Tiga. It's bigger in size. It's articulated, has all the accessories. Because I have the Ultraman Zero and the Ultraman Belial already from the 3-0, so really want the 3-0 Tiga to go along with those two. So I might hold off, but never say never. I might just kind of get a hair and like, all right, I really need to get this because there's a lot of stuff that go in with this guy. So it looks really great. And I don't know, maybe that soft spot is just gonna like, you know what? I trump your your head, and we're just gonna buy it. So it does look cool though.
Eric, if you don't mind, combine your answer into the next slide, because I'm going to keep going with all these. So the next one is the 30th anniversary release of Golza. So any interest in Golza?
Again, it's another possibility because it would go well with Tiga, honestly. But Golza would probably be a no, I would say. But like I said, never say never.
Let's work down the line. Adrian.
For me, I haven't actually had a chance to watch Ultraman Tiga yet. I've been starting with the original series and trying to go from there. But I know since I know I'm trying to stay away from articulated figures again due to space, this is probably going to be a release I'm going to skip out on.
It looks so good though.
Jordan.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback a little bit off of what Eric said, I've also have been introduced to Ultraman through Ultraman Tiga. Same thing through Foxbox, and as tempting as it would be for me to not live up to me being strict on not getting any more articulated figures, it might have to be a pass on Tiga-san. As for Golza, I did own the original SH Figure Arts Golza, and I sold it after owning it for like the first month. One of the reasons of it being is because the way how they did the tail was that the tail was supported by bendy wire. And the tail, or not even the tail, the latex rubber that the tail is made out of was so strong that it would kind of be it was pointless for them to have gone that route. It should have just been articulated as to their other previous Ultra Kaiju. So I got rid of that immediately, and it's upsetting because I do love Godzilla, but the same thing would have to go for Tiga. This is a hard pass for me.
Sammy.
No.
All right. Short
All
and
right.
to the point. I love it.
You
so
know
obviously,
why. Those that know, you know why for me.
okay. So this is also in the SH
Unfortunate.
Figure Arts line. This is Golza, the 30th anniversary edition. The scheduled release for this is October 2026, and also the pre-orders open tomorrow, February 2nd, 2026. Produced with the full cooperation of Subaru Productions Sculpting Department. This 30th anniversary edition features a completely revamped color scheme reimagined to capture the intensity of its legendary battle with Ultraman Tiga. As a special bonus, it includes a pet display sheet printed with the original episode subtitle, allowing you to recreate the atmosphere of the classic series. So pretty much I'm going to mimic what Eric said on these. I try to stay away from articulated figures. It's no secret on that. I've said that a lot throughout our shows. Though I will say that if I do tend to get one, it's usually the villains that I tend to pull the trigger on. So I guess this is a possibility, but I would say it's a very, very low possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look great, though, for sure.
They do. They really do.
Hey.
All right. Next, I think that Ray Harryhausen and his movies are, I think they get the credit they deserve, but not enough. Truly what this man did with his movies and the effects is just, it was revolutionary and it's iconic. And I think there's a lot of bleed over with the Toku and Kaiju fandom into the Harryhausen films. So I think you'll see a lot of people getting this or growing up with this, I should say, that grew up with Godzilla and stuff. This is obviously a vintage stylized figure. This is of Medusa. And the hunt begins. Star Ace proudly unveils their next stunning release in our vintage style soft vinyl figure series. The terrifying Medusa rising from the mythic depths of the 1981 classic Clash of the Titans. Officially licensed as part of the Ray Harryhausen collection, this serpent-haired Gorgon slithers onto your shelf in bold retro Sofubi style. Designed by Planet X Asia and standing an imposing 25 centimeter or 10 inches tall, this figure captures Medusa's sinister grace with exaggerated, characterful sculpting and a vibrant paint scheme. Every scale, snake, and stone cold stare is rendered with nostalgic nod to vintage Japanese Sofubi toys, blending the film's history with collectible art. I do think that's kind of cool how they're blending the two. Real quick, guys, Eric, any desire to be getting this?
I love it because it's from my favorite Harryhausen film, but I'll probably have to pass on this. If I would get this, I would get something more of the realistic, screen accurate, along the Star Ace kind of line, the typical line, not the Sofubi line, but it looks great. It does look amazing. And yes, Nathaniel, I get what you're saying in the chat. You know, we hear you. We know why, and it's a very known reason why. So
nipples, Adrian.
I won't be getting this movie either, honestly.
Jordan.
No, I would not be getting rendition of my mother. Absolutely not.
Oh my god.
Hey, your mom's hot.
Though.
Relax.
I do like it's a Fubi though. That is very unique. Hopefully they segue into other Harryhausen properties in Sofubi form, but yeah, no.
Boobies. Sammy.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard not to get now looking at it, but it's not exactly my. I do like the Sofubi aspect of it. That's really great, and it's God, it's one of the only Harryhausen films that I've seen. I did it on our Twitch like last year at some point. Eric, I know you were there for that because you said this one was your favorite. So that was the first time viewing for me. So I mean, I love the way it looks.
Sure you do.
It captures the essence of the Medusa sculpt from the I do. And but no, it's a pass for me because it's not a property that I have like a huge want for. I like that they're doing it so that fans of old can collect stuff like this, and fans of the Safubi can collect stuff like this.
Yeah, right on. I'm gonna pretty much mimic what everybody else says. I think it's awesome they're doing it. Looks great. It's obviously cold in that room where they're taking pictures, but I'm gonna have to pass just out of financial and space reasons. But it looks great, and I'm happy that they're continuing these Harryhausen properties and keeping that name alive.
Yep.
All right. Next. Oops, sorry guys. This slide was a little bit longer than I expected. Next is a huge thing, I think, for several of us here. Plex Toys has finally announced from the start of their new Digimon figure brand. This is the Digimon Real Data Collection Tyrannomon figure. Tyrannomon was originally the very first Digimon to ever been promoted under the digital umbrella. So it only makes sense that Bandai and Toei would choose this beloved silhouette to start off the new figure line. Based on the original Tyrannomon profile art by Kenji Watanabe, this was also used on the packaging for the original Digimon V-Pet. The full 3D figure includes various details from the artwork added to the mold to make it feel like the original artwork has come to life. This figure stands at 16 centimeters or about 6 inches and will be available on Premium Bandai for about 15,000 yen or about $100. Anybody would be adding this to their collection? You know, Jordan, as the third biggest Digimon fan in our group, I'm going to let you go first. Because, like, you know, you'll never be number one, but you can be number one.
Oh, shucks. I appreciate it, Joseph. I would be the first to admit that I did pre-order this already.
Very nice.
It's
Nice,
amazing to see Bandai realizing the comeback of Digimon. And I mean, Joe, I know you own these figures. I think I've seen a few of them in the backdrop of yours. The Bandai figures that were released for Greymon, Metal Greymon, and Machine Dramon. I forgot what they were called, but those were, in my opinion, the hopes of them continuing that line, although they only released 4, because I remember they released a different colorway for Metal Greymon, the purple color scheme. It's nice to see them come back to revisit it in a stylized, more in-depth detail to what the actual artwork looked like in 3D form. So I cannot wait till this arrives.
Eric, as the number 2 Digimon fan.
It's hard because I'm not a fan of the price point for how big this thing is. That's kind of a big pill to swallow, honestly. $100 for a 6-inch figure, that's pretty harsh. So that might be a pass, even though it's great. I'm glad that they're starting this line. Hopefully it just means that basically we can get other things along the Digimon line, you know, in the future. Because Tyrannomon isn't my favorite, and I understand, you know, his significance, but there's other Digimon that I would rather prefer. If I'm going to drop $100 on them, I'm going to get somebody who I absolutely love and is one of my favorites. And unfortunately, it's not him, but it's pretty awesome that they're starting up this line. So,
for sure. Samson, you've been in the middle of just very recently binge watching the first season of Digimon. You got yourself all the way to the Edamon arc the last we talked. What's your feelings on this guy?
That's right. That's funny. Yes, last night when I messaged you, or this morning, yeah, I got to episode 20 something. I don't know if it's the actual end. Because But it is funny that, yes, I got introduced to him in the Pixie-mon episode. Was that the one that he was introduced in? Because that's what I remember. And then a horde of him and Monochromont, Jesus Christ, the longest name ever, were attacking the upside down pyramid in that one episode. It's a great design, and I love the ferocity and the red, the very devilish red. It's cool, and it's obviously it's Godzilla. Come on, it's not. How can it not be Godzilla? It's not something. Yes, I agree with Eric. The price point it's a bit too much for a small figure. So yeah, I'm gonna agree that it has to be one of the ones that I really truly love if I'm gonna go for $100 6-inch toy. But I do love the details, man. Every intricate little nick in the design. It's cool. It's great, and it's very detailed. But it's not one for me, I will say.
Adrian.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same boat with Eric and Samson. That for me to drop $100 on a 6-inch toy, I have to absolutely love it. Granted, I do love Tyrannomon myself, but for 6 inches, I can't justify spending $100 on it. I ain't got money like that, so I'll be passing on this release as well.
Really quick, anyone? I don't know, Joe. Did you get a chance to pre-order it by any chance?
Not yet. I'm still kind of on the fence. I agree with what Eric said about $100 is a big pill for a 6-inch figure.
Okay, I was going to say, because if anyone is interested, they are currently selling it at the Shonen Rick site, amongst a good chunk of others, names I cannot pronounce, but I will. I guess I'll shoot it up in the chat in case if any of you guys are interested in it. But yeah,
right on. Absolutely.
Nice.
All right. Next, we have a little bit of, I guess, exciting news for those of you guys in the articulated fandom. There we go. All right. Tamashii Nations has just announced 2 new figures for their SH Monster Arts line set: Shin Godzilla Pre-Evolution set and Godzilla the Ride Great Clash figures. The first set showcases, for the very first time, the giant unknown creature with full range of articulation and a polluted water base, with the second and third forms of Godzilla making a comeback, but with different color schemes. The set will go for approximately 15,400 yen, or about $100, and will be expected to ship around August 2026. We also have, for the very first time, a Godzilla the Ride figure, but from the 2025 depiction from the Great Clash. Although this design resembles a lot of the Godzilla -1, the difference that makes this figure original would be the redesigned dorsal plates and color scheme. Godzilla the Ride will go for approximately $96 and will be expected to ship in July of 2026. Just real quick, guys, I know we don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on articulated. Just a yes or no, any of these pique your interest, Eric?
No, unfortunately, just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Pretty much same. Adrian?
Yeah, same. We'll be getting these.
Jordan?
Hell no.
And Samson?
Also Spanish. No.
Saying Spanish,
Oh goodness,
That's a good
I
one.
mean, it's great. It's great though that they're doing that. Like, to complete the Shin evolution, that's great. And then obviously, the new -1 from the Ride, that's awesome. I do love the new spines. I do dig that. But yeah, it's just, the toy line that just doesn't speak to most of us is getting the most releases and the most news, unfortunately. So it's just kind of a lot of just looking from afar, admiring, but that's about it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point there, Eric. Yeah, leathery burnt bacon, that's for sure. I do like the swimming form. They're going to be able to get a lot of miles out of this -1 design with a lot of the re-releases, because Godzilla the Ride, Godzilla the Ride 2, Godzilla -1, they're all so incredibly similar, and what are different, I feel like, is easy to replace, so you can re-release these several times with different paint schemes and just little subtle things to where, and I can't imagine -0 looking too fundamentally different. So I would assume I would be expecting a lot of this stuff in the future.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Probably.
All right. Next topic. Oops. All right, here we go. W Dragon Official has officially dropped their newest addition to their centimeter line. This is the GMK Godzilla. This is truly a sight to see for us at MWA. We've all praised the works of W Dragon and have all made it well known about how much we love GMK. So to finally be able to have both properties come together for an amazing looking figure is incredible. This figure is currently available for pre-order for approximately, $253. It's expected to ship out in September. Anybody picking this bad boy up? I'm just gonna keep going down the line. So
yeah,
Eric.
let's. I'm gonna raise my hand and say yes. This is one of the best GMKs I've seen thus far. I'm not always big into stylized. I've had this discussion with Joe, and I'm not I'm more screen accurate, but man alive, just something about this I absolutely love, and I love that it's closed mouth. I love that we don't have the open mouth, the maw is just wide open. I get it, it's scary, but honestly, I think he's scarier when he's like this closed mouth, and he still is as freaky as ever. This thing looks amazing. Honestly, I even like this more than the Sakai. There's something off about the Sakai. Honestly, there's just something that doesn't scream GMK for me. I don't know if it's one of the body parts or something. Something is off. I can never place it, but this thing just looks tremendous. It really, really does. So I will probably be pulling the trigger on this guy and put him in my 30 centimeter collection because this is outstanding.
I'm gonna go now instead of at the end. I love the snarl. It's so unique for figures. It's not something you see very often where instead of a roar or instead of just normal closed mouth, even on the figures where it's closed mouth but you get the teeth, you don't really get to see the gums like this. And it's a minor but very flashy detail. Maybe not to the average person, but just seeing it, it's beautiful. And I think I would say this is an instant pre-order for me. I'm sorry, I missed the comment. What comment was it?
I got you, buddy.
Alex saying that he looks like Godzilla before he was about to blow his atomic breath at our main characters when he was looking down, snarling at him.
Pure enragement. He was just
for sure
peed off.
Yeah,
for sure. Adrian, go ahead, bud.
I'm on the fence. I honestly might get it though, because y'all know I have the gigantic and I have the FSL GMK also. So GMK is my favorite millennial design by far. So I may have to add another GMK to my collection. This thing looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Jordan,
you bet your ass I'm getting this. Enough said.
Samson.
It's beautiful. It's just not in the budget for me. I do love the snarl. I'm glad Alex said what he said because I was about to ask you guys what look does this represent the best? I know that he snarled at some point in the movie, but when was it? But yeah, it was that final sequence before he tried to blow away our main characters and ended up blowing out his own shoulder.
I mean, well, he's done it a few times. Yeah. He's done it while scratching his face after Mothra brushed off on him. He's done it against King Ghidorah, even a few times with Baragon. He's done it periodically throughout the movie. So this is a normal trait for GMK Godzilla.
Just on the figures we got.
But yeah, I do love the GMK Godzilla design. It's just this isn't in the budget unless I decide to sell off one of my two that I have because I have the original 25 and the Sakai. I just want to see it in hand first. I want to see it in people's hands and see what it looks like next to other Other figures, just the scale and the detail, and see if it actually comes to fruition as good as we've seen other W Dragon properties.
Yeah,
which I have no
That's fair. I
doubts
get
about.
that.
Honestly, I really don't have any doubts. I own a W
Yep.
Dragon Godzilla Final Wars figure. It's one of the coolest ones I got.
Well, my notes for this one is wrong, so I'm gonna just spitball it off the top of my head. This is from Mondo. It's a salsa bowl or margarita bowl or something like that.
Again,
It's a tiki
it's
bowl.
like an ashtray.
Yeah, it does actually with those little divots. It's
Well,
really
that was
cool.
like, okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. I'm just gonna kind of keep going. If any of you want to add something, go ahead and add something. But I think it'd be hard to drink out of. Those things have got to be for like a straw or something. Probably not a cigarette, Samson. No one makes ashtrays anymore. People are too weak. Remember the good old days when Grandma would smoke in the car with you and blow her smoke in your face and then ash on your lap, and that's when good strong men. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought these were
the
ramen
design
bowls.
is really
We've
great
seen
of
this
this
thing
bowl.
before, right?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, I don't remember. But good
this
on
is like
Mondo.
the third or fourth colorway of this.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah, like I dig the outer, sculpt of all the kaiju from Destroy All Monsters, but other than that, I don't do tiki things, so it would be a pass for me.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do have a note on it. Oh well. All right, and looks like last but certainly not least for our little slideshow before our final topic, we have a little tease here for Superman the Animated. With the success of the other popular properties such as Batman the Animated Series, Spider-Man the Animated Series, with X-Men and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Superman is now being added to the incredible line of figures. Mondo's doing Superman. I'm not gonna try to sound mean, but that's a very easy, hard sell for me. I'm not going to be getting it. Eric, Superman?
No, pass.
Adrian?
Oh, it's the pre-order.
Jordan?
Checking it drops.
No.
Samson?
Superman the Animated Series wasn't really my favorite growing up, so it's not something that I'm truly into. But I want to see the full reveal, see what the accessories are and stuff, if it has any.
I got you, Samson. I'll go hunt for it, but I got you.
That's going to do it for my part. Eric, I'm going to hand this one over to you.
Okay.
My voice is pretty much shot, so I know this is something you wanted to talk about. So
go get some water.
The rest is up to you, buddy.
All right. So the very end of this slideshow, we'll let this play out, is something that happened pretty big this last weekend. And that is the Royal Rumble for WWE. It happened in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll even kick you off the stream if you want. But for all of us wrestling fans here, it was a big deal. Some of us can watch it, some of us can't. I personally couldn't because I don't. I'm not going to pay $30 for a streaming service just to watch PLEs for WWE. It sucks, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, right. That's what I keep
Preach
hearing.
it, brother.
I've heard mixed reactions about this, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because most of us here are wrestling fans, and it's a big thing. It's the road to WrestleMania. It's the biggest pay-per-view to start the whole year, and it's on our way to WrestleMania, and this kind of gets you to see what WrestleMania is going to hold. Obviously now we know that Roman Reigns has a shot at either title, so it's either going to be Roman and Drew or Roman and CM Punk, and then it is Liv Morgan, and she gets to pick either Jade Cargill or Stephanie Bakir. So that's really cool. Then we had a couple lackluster special entrances, which was underwhelming, honestly. Not what I expected or what I was hoping for. And then the very surprising results and decision of having AJ lose and retire, which is absolutely dog crap. And then the attack on Braun Breaker from a masked man, which was kind of big news also. I have my speculations on who it is, but we can save that. But first off, we'll just talk about what did you guys think of the winners for Royal Rumble for the men and women for Roman and Liv? Do you guys think they deserved it? Did you think they were going to win? Like, what were your thoughts on exactly the actual Royal Rumble match? Jordan, you go first.
Oh boy. I will say Liv was not on my bucket list of wanting to win the Royal Rumble. I've always been a believer of, for the Rumble, it should be a pay-per-view dedicated to promote whom you would think would be the next big thing for the WWE. And Liv, just like with Roman, obviously with Roman, there are already 2 established wrestlers for the WWE. So I'm not gonna lie, even though it was tied between her and Tiffany Stratton, I would have preferred Tiffy time over anything Judgment Day related.
Wow.
Yeah. That's another in-depth topic that I could say for another day. I'm not a big fan of the Judgment Day at all. They're just cringe to look at, and it just, yeah, I immediately run to the bathroom. Yep, every time they hop on. As for Roman, listen, we have had our fair share of words regarding Roman Reigns and how we personally feel about him just as a wrestler in general. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say something that I didn't think I'd ever say ever.
I dare you. Dare you.
I am slowly becoming the one to have acknowledged the one in Roman Reigns.
Sheep. You're a sheep. You're a sheep. You're a sheep.
I mean, listen. I didn't like the Final Four. The Final Four was dog crap. It could have been anyone else in that loop. But I would have preferred Gunther winning, just because he is someone that is, with all the heat he is getting, you can't sit here and tell me to add more fuel to the flame of heat given to Gunther that making him win the Royal Rumble wouldn't have made him a well more established heel than how he's already been depicted. I would have not want to have seen Logan win. Another one that I would have wanted to win would have been Jacob, maybe. Jacob fought too. I don't know. There were moments that I enjoyed, but also just the end results, it just remains the same. We've all have stated that the way how WWE has been going about this past year, these past 2, about to be 3 years after WrestleMania 40, has just been going downhill. There's no creativity. Everything else is just obvious. You could see it from a mile away. And with these new shows where they showcase back scenes and stuff like that, behind the scenes footages of everything that builds up to what we have now is just complete and utter bogus to me. Even like social media even ruined the WWE, just let alone all of professional wrestling. So just the location that the Royal Rumble was being held at, that was another thing that kind of upset me. I don't know. Monster Kid Corey says that this is why he sticks to AEW. Shoot, Powerhouse Hobbs, I was happy he came in the Royal Rumble. That was a nice little entry for me. I've seen him personally. He's a chill dude. Amazing talent. Royce Keys, that is the name you see when you look at a man of that stature. You know what? I got it. Let me write my notes down. I'm Hunter Hearst Hemsley. Okay, Royce Keys. Absolutely not. What kind of freaking pipe are you smoking to call them that? Why can't you just stick to Powerhouse Hobbs? I know it was confirmed that there is some type of sentimental reasoning behind his name, but overall it's just straight garbage. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I think this would be the last year I ever touch anything wrestling related wise, because of just how disappointing it's been. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Lot to say there. Adrian, what did you think?
So I was only, as y'all, well, some of y'all don't know, but Eric knows I was freaking dying yesterday. So I only got to see the women's match and the match after that. But the women's Royal Rumble, it wasn't bad, but we didn't get really any surprise guests really besides Brie Bella, which I mean, okay, Brie's back to do what on an overly stacked women's roster, but that's another rant for another day. I'm cool with Liv winning, honestly, because they kind of had to, since she was on the show for a while, they kind of had to give her something to do now and might as well chase the championship. And honestly, and my prediction actually is she's gonna leave the Judgment Day, I think, or she's gonna get kicked out. I think somehow she's gonna end up finding Raquel, and that's gonna kind of end the Judgment Day for Liv Morgan, in my opinion. But we'll wait and see. As far as the men's match, same thing. No one really shocked me who came out. There was no super surprise guests or no reveals coming in. And Roman Reigns winning for what? Like, what is he gonna do? Fight CM Punk? Honestly,
that's
as much as I didn't want Gunther to win, it would have made more sense for Gunther to win because he could have ended CM Punk's career. But y'all know I hate CM Punk, so whatever.
Oh,
but
bunch of haters.
I guess with Roman winning, hopefully it guarantees CM Punk loses his championship. But I don't know. We'll see. But that's my thoughts on it as of right now.
Bunch of haters.
Hopefully not.
Joe, what do you think?
I just don't understand why there's a women's division. There should be bra and panty matches or nothing.
Up.
And
oh my God,
you know,
don't put Joe behind the storyboard.
Yeah, for real.
No, honestly, I've expressed this opinion before. My problem with the women's division is that they're not believable. And when they're good, they're good. But when they're bad, they're really, really bad. Really bad. And it really takes it out for me. So, Liv winning, cool, great, don't care. Literally doesn't do anything negative nor positive for me. It doesn't make me feel any one way or the other. But I can honestly say that for Roman Reigns, too. He did not need to win the Royal Rumble. He is the biggest star in that company. There was no need for him to win that. He could have walked out on Monday night, on Raw, on SmackDown, on NXT, on Saturday night's main event. He could have walked his happy ass out on TNA and declared himself the number one contender for any championship he wanted. That's how big of a star he is. He did not need to win the Royal Rumble. It should have been an LA Knight. It should have been a Logan Paul. It should have been somebody that, doesn't have that's right there on the cusp of making it. And I don't know. To me, it makes no sense why Roman has to win. He had a good storyline for those years with the head of the table and the original tribal chief and all of that. And I don't know. Without it, I'm still just kind of like, he doesn't need it. He's still the main star. He works, four dates a year or 4 pay-per-view runs a year, and he doesn't need it. Just let him walk out and do what he needs to do. The Braun Breaker thing is interesting. I definitely would assume that it's Rollins in it, right? But who knows? I guess that's why we're going to tune in and find out. The AJ thing, man, AJ is truly his catchphrase. Phenomenal. He is the modern day Shawn Michaels. Just solid in every single aspect of the word. His in-ring, his gear, his moves, his mic. His moves seem believable, and that's what I think is missing, honestly, in today's wrestling for me. And it doesn't grab me because nothing feels like it means anything anymore. No one sells. Everybody says the same stuff. Everybody's music sounds the same, and everything just is so blah. And I'm sad if AJ's really gone, but he's had a hell of a career. And congratulations on him. I would love to see it to where, because he took off the gloves but then put them back on. I would love it to be where he does one final run in TNA. I know that TNA is like the third biggest promotion, and WWE and AEW is so much bigger, but Styles made TNA. And I would love to see him have one final run in TNA.
Yeah, I agree. Like the whole Roman thing is, you give these opportunities to the wrestlers that kind of need that jolt, and not to the people that already have it. Now I say that, but I take out the situation with Cody, because the whole Cody situation and that storyline, dude, had everybody by the seat of their pants, at the edge of their seat, wanting to know, could he do it? Could he get over that hump? Could he actually win that title that not even his dad could win, and actually put him over? And they had to run it back. They had to, they had no choice. People literally shouted to the rooftops on social media everywhere. They had to do it. So I get that. But yeah, I agree. It should have been somebody else that's just unexpected, that kind of needs that little jolt to kind of catapult them to the top of the ranks. I mean, let's be honest. Joe, you said it perfectly. He wrestles 4 times a year. Do we need another champion that is around 4 times a year? Absolutely not. Dude, I understand that a lot of you guys hate CM Punk. Whatever, that's your thing. But let's be honest. How much has he wrestled since he's been back? And he's older than Roman Reigns, dude. He has wrestled on a consistent basis, legitly, like almost every single week. It's crazy how much wrestling he's done. I thought he was going to be a part-time wrestler when he came back. He has wrestled more in probably the year and a half he's been than Roman was champion for 4 freaking years. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, true.
So like, give the flowers where they're due for a wrestler that is literally like has embraced this new thought process and feeling and what he's doing for a company, and actually was like, all right, I'll put the company on my back and I'll do this for you. And it doesn't matter how old I am. I know I can go, I can do this. And they're throwing him out there every single week, even if he's a champion or not a champion. He is a face that people recognize. It's a face that people love to cheer for. And, he's one of the popular wrestlers. So I get that. I just don't see, and I don't like that Roman could potentially be a champion again, because we're going to get the same old thing. And I don't like it. I really don't. It's boring for me. That whole time when he was champion was boring to me. I was like, oh, he's just going to win again.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't matter who you put him up against. It's not fun, because he's going to win. And he did it for 4 years. So that's my rant on Roman. Liv, I think it's deserving. She's been in every single Royal Rumble, I think, since she started her career with WWE, and she finally wins it. She has been over for a while now, even as a bad guy. She has been over. People love her. And it's fitting that she won it. And she's deserving of it, honestly. She literally had the championship and got injured and lost it. She had to relinquish it. She didn't even lose it. She had to give it up, because of an injury. Okay, fine. Put her back in the title match where she belongs. She didn't rightfully lose it. She would have been champion for a long time, honestly. And, she deserved to be that champion, and she deserves to win the Royal Rumble, because the whole Tiffany thing, I like her. I get it. She's athletic. She's great. But like, she hasn't done enough to prove to me that she can be a fighting champion and always get the people on her side. And if she was to come back and win it after being gone for several months. I hate that. I hate that stuff when they do that. When they bring somebody back, like, oh, we're just gonna hand you everything. No, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. So I do like that. Like I said, the underwhelming surprises kind of sucked. I was really looking for like Chris Jericho to come back because I know he signed a new contract with WWE to do his last run, his retirement tour. Also, was really hoping to him come back, or even for the women, Paige. There's rumors that she signed with them and to come back. Wasn't there either. So 2 missed opportunities, I think, and just underwhelming entrances or people who came in that were everybody's like, meh, it's or cool, they're okay, but it's nothing like crazy to kind of get excited about, because like every year Royal Rumble is a PLE that you're like, oh my god, who's gonna come? Who's gonna be that somebody that you just don't know that's going to make an entrance that like, holy crap, but it hasn't been like that lately, and it kind of sucks because it was one of the premier PLEs that you could really expect the unexpected, and we didn't really get that. The most unexpected we got was Braun Breaker being taken out even before he got into the Royal Rumble. And I do agree with Joe. My first, just looking at this masked person, it literally looks like Seth Rollins, where he's literally taking him out because he don't want this coup to happen in his group, where Braun is getting the more limelight, and maybe that's what it takes and what they're doing to put Braun over, because he is already over with the fans. Hey, let's turn him good, and let Seth still be the bad guy that he is, and they can fight and they can kind of do their thing and maybe kind of put him over a little bit. And then the AJ thing disappoints me a lot. I'm sorry, but Gunther hasn't done enough to earn that spot to retire all of these legends. I just don't see and understand the thinking point. Like, they're literally throwing everything they have at this guy for Gunther to be this big bad. Like, they're doing what they did to Cena during McMahon's run. Triple H is doing the same thing with Gunther. They are throwing everything at this guy, laying it at his feet to be the one and only wrestler. And I don't think that should happen. They have so much good talent all over the place where they need to spread it out and not just put it on one guy again. And I absolutely hate that. And this run with AJ, I thought WWE shit on him the whole time. I don't think they gave him a legitimate run as being the phenomenal one, as being as good as he could have been. They always held him back. And partially, obviously, most of it was McMahon, probably with his ego, where he just had to stroke it and basically say, hey, I'm still better than your company that you came from, but I'm going to bring you over here and I'm still going to leave you at the bottom and let you know that I'm still the top and I can do whatever I want with you because now I own you. And that's basically what happened. And just, he didn't get the opportunities that I think he should have to shine in WWE, because he should have been on the top with that belt multiple times in this company, but never was. So, yeah. And I didn't even watch this thing. I just watched highlights about all of this stuff. So just what I gathered and saw with the highlights, that's just kind of what I feel and what happened with the Royal Rumble. Joe?
There's one thing I forgot to say, and then I have a question for everybody, and then Alex Sawyer had a good question too.
Okay.
One of the things that I forgot to say is a big problem that I have with modern day wrestling is the mystique is gone. All of the characters, you can follow them on social media. You know who they voted for. You know what they ate this morning. You know what their favorite color is. You know who they hate, who they love, who they're friends with in real life. They go and they can cut an amazing promo or do an amazing gimmick or have a great segment, and immediately after they're, oh guys, don't worry, it's all just, we get that it's staged. But that lack of kayfabe, I think honestly does hurt the brand. Like, I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what you ate this morning. I don't care what your favorite color is. In my opinion, I think that they should have it in their contract where you are your character 24/7, old school. And look at the Undertaker. It hasn't been until just 4 years ago since he retired that he actually started doing like. I mean, yes, you could find some very, very rare interviews that he did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, etc. But like, it's only been until he retired that he started to slowly peel that onion back. Now everybody jumps on social media or jumps on a podcast 10 minutes after they do something, and it explains to you this is what we were going to do, and this is why we did it, and this is what we're thinking is. Well, what the hell, guys? Like, there's no mystique. There's no suspense on your character. There's no suspense on who you are. And I'm just saying this hypothetically, but like, let's say that AJ Styles had a gimmick to where, he was, I mean, obviously, like he's a Christian in real life. He talks about that in his interviews. But let's say that he played a character where he's dating somebody, lying to them, cheating on them, whatever, and it's actually believable. And you're like, well, damn, man, like, I think this guy's really playing it. But then if he jumps on social media, it's just, guys, we're not even actually really married. It's not true. I remember some of my friends being like, back in the day when the Monday Night Wars and stuff were going on, like, they'd be like, oh man, like I know that's fake, but like that was really real. Like do you know that there's been 3 different Kanes? And do you know that there's been 2 different people playing the Undertaker? And it's like, no, guys, like that, none of that is true. But they believe it. They still believe it to this day, and they're 40-something years old. Like, it's just the mystique is gone. And it's really, I think it's sad. It really is. Because that was my favorite part, I think. But anyways, you guys think Vince will be back? Vince McMahon, obviously, is who I'm referring to.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Adrian?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Jordy?
No, with everything that's happened, no, I don't think so.
Well, are you referring to the sexual assault allegations?
Yeah.
So I asked that question because I was listening to Eric Bischoff's podcast the other day, and he was asked that. And do you guys know, and I didn't know this, flew under my radar, that the investigation was laid to rest? Like he was not found to have, like, the only issue that is still ongoing is a personal lawsuit between him and Janelle Grant, I believe her name is.
Yep.
So like, I don't think. I mean, I'm an idiot, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but like, to me, that makes it sound like he's not going to be criminally charged with anything. If he's not going to be criminally charged with anything, now I don't think he'll be back as like the owner. But do you think that he's the big guy that Paul Heyman's talking about? Still think no, Eric?
Still don't think so.
It would be a great way to end Vince's run if he comes back, tries to do like a hostile takeover on camera, and then it's like a civil war of WWE, Team Hunter versus Team Vince. That'd be one hell of a story to culminate Vince's run, and then at the end of the story, Vince's team finally loses and Vince rides off into the sunset, and that's it. Alex Sawyer had a question. Be honest, MWA crew, who currently has the it factor for the wrestlers that we grew up watching nowadays? So I think what he's asking is, who in the current roster do you think has that fabled it factor that makes a wrestler so good? To me, it's a kind of an easy answer. It's Drew McIntyre for me. He has the look, he has the promo, he has that mystique. He comes in, you actually believe he's this ass kicker. You believe his character. His character is he fleshed out. He seems like live it. If you see him on podcasts and stuff, he actually says things that are controversial, calls out the locker room for being lazy, says that, people don't have that fire because of the guaranteed contracts, and there is no rivalry, and I'm going to do better than you. To me, it's Drew McIntyre.
I mean, shit, even when he goes on social media, he still sticks to his character, targeting, whoever he's beefing with, or, start trolling random wrestlers.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I could say the only one that I could think of now, because there's a lot of, let's be honest, there's a lot of athletic performers nowadays. There really is. But as in like the whole package, you're talking speaking ability, promo ability, character, wrestling ability, all that stuff. There's only one that I can really safely say that could possibly have gone toe to toe with, the 90s, 2000s era would be Seth Rollins. Honestly, he kind of has the overall all around package deal. You can grin all you want, Jordan, but you can't tell me I'm wrong. He has the promo ability. You can say it ain't right.
Who did you say, Eric? I apologize, I missed it. Who did you say?
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins. Just because of his ability everywhere and his overall knowledge of the business. Him actually, if anybody has watched the Unreal season 2 show, I actually love it. But he was in there, and there was a lot about him, and honestly, a lot of it was the SummerSlam. Where he faked his injury and stuff. And he was on board and wanted to do that because he wanted to keep the character. He wanted to keep the mystique of him being hurt and then coming out and, doing all this stuff at WrestleMania, all this stuff. Like, he wanted that because he is a creature and a student of the old time ways of keeping everything true and pure and making people believe that you act a certain way. And I think it's believable because how he acts on TV is how he kind of acts, and he keeps his personal life personal, and he doesn't let people in to see that side of him. But his character is so different. You might hate him, but that's the point. You're supposed to hate him. So you can grin all you want because he's a bad character, whatever. That's the point. He wants you to hate him. So if you hate him, that means that he's done his job, and he got you to hate him because that's what he's supposed to do. So that's the only one I could think of that has an overall package deal that could possibly have something that the 90s, 2000s era had. Like I said, there's a lot of people that are athletically gifted and can do crazy things in the ring, but like, are their mic skills that good? No, they're not. Can they cut a good promo? No, they can't. But they're good athletic performers. So they have one piece of the puzzle. They don't have the other to give them an all-around epic kind of character. So anything of that? Ain't nothing to say, do you?
I think he's just overrated. He's basura.
That's exactly what the point of his character. That's exactly the point. And why
to
you
make
think
you
that
think he's overrated?
Why he makes it a good character? Yeah, because he's too good. He's
not.
How are you saying he's not good?
He's not. Listen, he is not that good.
Just because you hate him and the character he is already has you defeated. Because you were taking personal opinion in this because you don't like him as a person or a character and not giving him the accolades that he actually deserves.
Eric Stalapi. I do not like Seth Rollins. I've never liked him from the moment he came into the WWE on forward to now. I just never saw the appeal of him. Even while he was a face, fought for the company, the Beast Slayer, or no, that was Drew or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There is not a single thing that not a single person in this planet, Becky Lynch, could be right here sitting on my lap trying to convince me to be a fan of her husband. And I'd be like, be gone from me. I don't want to hear none of that nonsense because he is just trash.
You have literally explained no reason why he is trash except for a personal opinion, which is my point exactly.
At all. I will say, and I'm going to say it, out of the three in the Shield, for me, Jon Moxley was superior to them all.
Oh.
And I will say that loud and proud.
Wow.
There is not a single thing that Jon Moxley is doing right now that Seth will never have the balls, the cojones of ever wanting to do. He does promos a lot better than him. I like his character way more than anything that Seth Rollins has ever appeared on any wrestling platform. I like what he's done, at least from his release in WWE, going into AEW, going into New Japan, and so on and so forth. There is absolutely nobody that will ever convince me to think otherwise regarding Seth Rollins. Listen, this is a conversation I have with one of my close friends here that live local to me, and he is a diehard Seth Rollins fan. And I will literally have freaking veins popping out of my nostrils telling him I'm sorry, but absolutely not. You will never see me on the Seth Rollins hype train.
It's not a hype train. It's acknowledging how good he is as a wrestler, as a performer. You can't even acknowledge that because you have a personal opinion that you just don't like him. And you cannot get past that fact. So really, your argument means nothing because you have a personal opinion.
How does it mean nothing when I'm telling you I just don't find him appealing at all?
You can't even acknowledge what he's done in the company. You can't even say he's a good wrestler.
His little fruity theme song, whoa, 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 whoa. No!
You still know it. You still know it, though, don't you? You still know it. Whoa!
Listen. All I'm saying is, if Jordan made it to the WWE, Seth Rollins would have been an afterthought. That's all I got to say.
I will say this, Jordan. I think the biggest thing that holds Seth back are his promos. I think Seth truly would be so much greater if he was better at the promo. I don't think he's very good at it.
I just want to.
He doesn't suck, but like you think. I don't think he sucks like you do, but I do think that his promos hold him back.
Are y'all still talking about sweaty guys? What the hell?
And you know what, Samson? You can bet your ass we are, and you're gonna stay here for that and not dip out on us. Because whenever you go on the spiel, yo, I came in with this dude. Oh my goodness! Listen,
I think we can all agree that. I think we can all agree that Drew McIntyre is the GOAT of this generation.
For all of wrestling in general, right now.
In WWE, I'm not going to sit here and say, that he's the best out of TNA or AEW or New Japan. I don't watch them enough to make that opinion. But as far as WWE, yeah, my problem with AEW, TNA, like things like honestly, mostly specifically speaking about AEW, is and Eric, I think you mentioned this too. Yes, everyone is so amazingly athletically gifted today. There's no doubt about it. There are things that people are doing that very few people were doing 20, 30, 40 years ago, right? But the problem is everyone's doing it. 30 years ago when Rey Mysterio Jr., Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, all these guys, Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, you can't say his name, but when all these people were doing it 30 years ago, 40 years ago, Juventud Guerrera, now everyone's doing it. It's not special anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
And everyone talks about, Will Ospreay, he's so amazing. Yeah, I'm sure he is. I haven't seen enough of his matches and work to make really an opinion one way or the other. But everyone's doing it. If everyone does a 450 Hurricane Run, a moonsault, triffy, slippy, dippy, it's not special. If it'd be no different than, the pedigree. To me, like growing up, Triple H was always one of my favorites. I loved the pedigree. I thought it was just so awesome. But guess what? If everybody was doing the pedigree, it's not a finisher. It's a special. Yeah. 30 years ago, the DDT was a finisher. Now the DDT's an opening move in a match. It's not special anymore, and that's my problem. Nothing is special. The mystique is gone. Everybody kicks out of everything. A finisher is not a finisher.
It's not.
A finisher is now just your final move. You might need to put in your final move 15 times, but it's not a finisher. You can't call it a finisher anymore if it doesn't finish anybody. Like
super kick.
Yeah.
Oh God, that is the one.
You got the Usos throwing the sloppiest super
God. Stop.
How are these people
Jesus.
over? The only reason why the Usos are over is because they have a ho-ye. Like, holy shit. Like, that is like the stupidest freaking thing. The only reason why he was freaking championship is because the crowd, who apparently has a third grade education, is like, oh, I can yell yee. It's stupid. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Now you got me all jacked up. I was supposed to be resting my voice.
Yes,
WWE
we've all stated this.
Yes.
Listen, I'm not trying to condone anything. I am not trying to condone anything at all of who Vince McMahon was as a person. Okay. He sucks in every single way as a human being. I'm not trying to minimize the shitty person that he is. But he knew what the hell he was doing, at least. There's a lot missing since he's been gone. Don't get me wrong. It was super freaking stale under him towards the end. But I honestly think that was because he wanted to go corporate. He wanted to sell. And so I think he was trying to be, that's a discussion for another time, but.
Yeah, I was going to agree. Like, yeah, it's at some stages Vince knew, but let's be honest, there was a lot of it that it was stale as shit too, just like what we're going through now. Sure. And honestly, it was because there is no competition. He did not have to up the ante. He did not have to do anything, because when he did, okay, that's when we got the Attitude Era. Look how that turned out. The greatest era, I think, of all time for wrestling. And then right after that, it's the what is it called? Yes, thank you. Yeah. It went to that. So it was very similar to the Attitude Era, and it just kind of slightly went into that, just a little bit dulled down than what the Attitude Era. So those two eras back to back, like, he had to go extreme. He had to do all these extreme things, and that's why we loved it so much. And we had all these crazy characters and stuff and these crazy matches, because he had to do absolutely everything and had to pull out all the stops because WCW was beating him. And he was like, oh crap, like, we need to do something because I've never had to work this hard to be number one, besides maybe the very beginning when he was building it up and whatnot, obviously. But, ever since he kind of had a stranglehold of being the number one wrestling federation, he didn't have to do all this stuff. And towards the end, after all that, Monday Night Wars ended, he got pretty stagnant, pretty stale for a long time, because it was always the same people being the same champions for so long. I mean, that's why John Cena is 17-time champions, for God's sakes, because that is why that's what he did. He just left it on the belt.
Your face is cringe, Corey.
I think it's,
you son of a bitch.
Wow, Corey.
Wow.
Oh, notice he didn't say that when he was on the stream the other week.
Yo, that is crazy.
Wow.
That is wild.
Corey.
Yes.
You son of a...
Exactly.
No,
exactly
you know what, though? honestly, realistically, if you were to look back at some of the Attitude Era stuff, it doesn't hold up. He's not wrong. It doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
You know.
I get
it. I understand what he means. You know.
Yeah. It's not perfect. Not everything is perfect. You know.
No. I think he's wrong, but I understand what he means. And by the way, Alex, don't be sorry. It was great.
Yeah, don't be sorry. This is great.
Yeah, and listen, this is what we want to segue into a little bit more in MWA. So this is the longest we've ever gone talking about wrestling.
I have no problem putting Jordan in his place, okay?
There's no way he's putting me in my place. I'm just speaking about how I feel. No, but these are all like amazing pointers. You know, like we could literally, this show could be a 3-hour-long show and we not get tired at all just speaking about how we feel about professional wrestling. It's sad. It's going down the way it is. I mean, ironically enough, look what shirt I'm wearing. A Penta shirt.
Overrated.
You could. Oh my goodness. You know what? Hold on. Hold on. Joe saw this earlier. Come over here. Just want to put your head right there. Right there. But it's definitely we've said this. We've even said this too immediately after WrestleMania 40 that the WWE was going to be coming back in a way, shape, or form that we grew up watching wrestling, whether it be in the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era. It's just been very, very disappointing. On behalf of Triple H, on behalf of Road Dogg, everyone else that's behind creative and stuff like that, you know, other people's stories or opinions don't even matter anymore or not even being taken into consideration if you don't please the man with the sledgehammer. Yeah, it's a shame, and it's pretty damn sad.
All right, boys. I think we've gone enough on wrestling.
Yeah,
it was a good conversation, though. It was fun, and I like the debate. I like the two sides voicing their opinions. Before we get out of here, is there anything we should promote or talk about? There is one thing I want to say, but I will save it for the end. Actually, do you have the slides for the upcoming things, Eric? Is that what you're going to talk about?
I do.
Oh, I'll go to you last. Actually, I want to get this out of the way now, so I don't forget. All the way up here, let me scroll up. I showed this off at the beginning of the thing. Nathaniel Plummer said, "Hi, I love the new mascot. Jordan is such a great artist. Respect. Jordan really is a great artist, and this is just something I wanted to do. I mean, yeah, he's mid. Like he's the best one that we can afford, which is like like the homeless guy outside of my apartment that Pete's name did a better job, but
gotta stay positive with the positive
potato. Jordan is a decent at best artist and deserves our love and respect. Jordan, I just want to say thank you for the hard work you did on the intro and also the work that you did with redesigning the mascot. But I just want to show these off a few times or a few times before.
Whoa,
but this is some of the art. This is some of the artwork that Jordan does, and if you guys are interested, hit him up. He would love to do commission work. He normally goes to Kaiju Brooklyn, but because of some scheduling conflicts, he's not going to be able to make it this year. So if you guys are interested in some of his work, hit him up on the Book of Faces and be like, "Hey, Jordan, Puerto Rican Prince, would you mind drawing me like one of your French girls or whatever. He would do it, and he's a phenomenal artist. So thank you, Jordan, for the hard work, and I just want to give you a little plug, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. I love you for that, man. And yeah, anyone that is interested, look me up on Facebook. Find me on IG at the Realist Goji Fan. I'm not gonna lie, that's where I would, more than likely be able to get in contact with you. But yeah, for sure, that mascot was a lot of fun. Literally, Eric could tell you, I was like a kid in a candy store every time I would show him like updates or just like neat little features I added onto him. So yeah, I appreciate that, buddy. And again, anyone that is interested, y'all know where to find me.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to do, Eric. So
Okay.
Hug for you, Joe. Hug for you.
So I'm going to go in just real quick before we get out of here. Just some of the stuff that we have coming up here on MWA that we're really excited to talk about, and just a lot of great topics that we are going to be tackling this year. That is going to be a lot of fun. And actually, Alex was on to one. And coincidentally, it is going to be our next one that we're going to be tackling. But we are going to have a special show talking about Winter Wonder Fest 2026. Talking about all the figures, toys, model kits revealed. It's going to be like a walkthrough. I'm going to have some slides of some of the stuff, especially Sofubi wise, is always like the biggest thing that kind of really goes on with Wonderfest. I know the kit side is also a big thing too, but not every kit company advertises their stuff, and their stuff is very hard to find sometimes. So it's kind of hard to really acknowledge them and put their stuff out there if they don't advertise. So I do my best to get as much as we can. But yeah, we're going to be doing this Saturday, February 7th at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time. We're going to be talking all things Wonderfest. And what's great about it is that we're going to talk about things that is going to be revealed there. But also, we're going to be dropping breaking news as the news is dropping for any reveals that we don't know about, that we don't talk about. Especially the biggest one usually is for X-plus or Spiral Studios or Omega Beast. Those are kind of the ones that really kind of get everybody amped up and excited. So anytime anything is dropped, we were going to be talking about it live right away. So if anybody, especially I'm talking to you, Frank, I know you're going to be there. Would really appreciate you posting anything in our group that pertains to Wonderfest. Anything would be just tremendous, and we would appreciate it. So please, if you could, take a lot of pictures. And I know, that is a big thing this year, is that there is no streaming allowed this year in the convention.
Wow.
I guess that is what's becoming a big thing as of late for the convention, where people are kind of live auctioning off things live at the convention. So a lot of the stuff is being sold even before you even get a chance to get in the door. So they're putting kibosh to it, but you can still take pictures. So pictures would be awesome. So anybody who finds anything, if we see anything on Twitter, we're going to post it in our group. So be sure to be live and active in the group so you can see all the stuff, and obviously join us for the live show when we're talking about the stuff as it goes live. So we should be creeping right into the time where some of the reveals will be starting to hit online. So it'll be a lot of fun to get reactions live and in person kind of thing. So that is our first one coming up. And then for our monthly stream this coming month, we are talking all things Dragon Ball, the 40th anniversary. Yes, yeah, baby. So yeah, we are taking a deep dive into 40 years of Dragon Ball, not just Dragon Ball. We're talking Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball Daima. So we are talking all things Dragon Ball, a overall just happy 40th anniversary discussion. We're doing that February 15th at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, 4:30 Mountain, and 3:30 Pacific time, live on YouTube. So tune in for that if you're a huge Dragon Ball fan. We are discussing all that. And of course, Jordan, our wonderful admin here, is going to be tackling that big show for us. So that'll be a lot of fun. So tune in for that if you're a huge Dragon Ball anime watcher like we are. So that'll be a lot of fun. And right after that is another big show in March. Begins a very big one. I think our second biggest one. And here at MWA, we are doing Figure of the Year voting. We are the ones who started this first. We are the ones that are continuing this first. So anybody else that tries to claim this are all imposters, impersonators, and frauds. So yeah, that's what that is. So we are doing this. Voting begins March 1st, and our results show will be on March 29th. And we have 10 categories. It ranges from Bandai to Articulated to Sofubi to Screen Accurate under 40 centimeters, kits, anything under $50, comic books, you name it. We are tackling so many categories. We want to cover as much as we can. So we're going to put polls out in our groups and our social media everywhere. You can find us. We're going to put polls out, and we're going to compile it all together and see who is going to win the 2025 Figure of the Year voting. So make sure you vote. If you want something to win, you got to make sure you vote. And if you want to put out flyers or advertise for a particular figure on why you want it to win, put something in the chat or in our group and see if that helps sway people's thinking on why that particular figure should win Figure of the Year. And yes, any problems with anything in the carries, take it up with the ones who made the list. We will all be tackling our own lists. So we will all be presenting different lists for everybody. It'll be everybody included in the MWA family. Even our moderators will be part of this. It is a big group effort. So we appreciate all the hard work that all of our members at MWA here to put out for you guys to just have a lot of fun and, vote for the best figures that we came out for 2025. We've had a lot of things coming out for Godzilla as of late, and 2025 was no different, and just a big year overall. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So be on the lookout for that starting in March. We'll have voting for about 3.5 weeks or so, and then we'll compile it and have our results show. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then lastly, in April, our monthly show is going to be one that kind of hits at some of our kid heartstrings as we are talking Beast Wars Transformers 30-year celebration of Beast Wars. It was a lot of fun watching this growing up. I know it's not the best animation. I will agree that it's pretty rough. It is aged pretty rough, but nonetheless, it put Transformers on the map for some of us when we watch this stuff. And honestly, some of us like this version of Transformers even better than the OG Transformers. So I ain't mad at you if you think that, because it is a great series and just a lot of fun, and some great characters came out of it, honestly. So we are celebrating 30 years of Beast Wars Transformers in April. And yeah, other than that, I think that is it. We are also going to be tackling and following along with Monarch Season 2 weekly. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to do reactions for every episode, like the day after or so of each episode. I don't know when it's going to drop yet. I think it's on Friday. So see our reaction discussion for each episode the day after or the night. Who knows? Just depends on how fast we get the episode out. But we're going to be covering that for the next 10 weeks, coming up in the end of February. I believe it's February 28th it starts. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So just a lot of stuff going on with us at MWA here. Doing a lot of different geek fandom things that we have talked about, that we have praised, that we want to do, that we are into, and we are guys of our words. We are going to do that kind of stuff because we are legit. We are the ones that are going to put this stuff and focus on this stuff and put it on our platform and talk about it because we love this stuff. We love Godzilla. We love Ultraman. We love all that stuff. We talk a lot about that stuff, but there's other things we like to talk about also. And if you guys are like-minded like us, join in to those chats and spread the word. Tell everybody else about what you kind of like and what you like in that particular discussion that we're talking about. We would love to hear from you. And of course, follow us on our link tree. It is in all of our bios and description, all of our social medias. We have updated everything. So also too, if you watched our release special stream, we have announced that we are on Discord now. So go follow us on Discord. Look us up, Monsters with Attitude. You will find us there. We're going to build a cool, great community over there. You're going to see all of our topics that we're talking about. We can have great discussions over there. We're going to be promoting everything that we're doing here on YouTube and our other social medias. And we also have, for the first time, a merch store with all MWA stuff, showcasing our new logo and kaiju. So if you want to rep Monsters with Attitude merchandise at your local convention or at your own stream or just at home and your own towns, houses, whatever, please go to TeePublic and search Monsters with Attitude and pick yourself up a shirt. You could have a shirt, you could have a sweatshirt, you could have a sticker, you could have a mug. There's so many options you can choose from on there. So that would be a lot of fun. We would really appreciate it if you repped our stuff. That would be really, really awesome and just kind of humbling for us, honestly, because there was just know that, what we do, people like, and they, want to rep our stuff. So that's really cool. So yeah, follow us on all of our social medias for all things updated with kaiju, anime, anything geek fandom that we talk about here. You will find it on our social media. So make sure you're subscribed to everything. And that is a wrap.
This mic drop right there.
You couldn't take the last 15 seconds and just close out the show? Got to throw this in real quick. The Sacrificial One wants us to know that Finn Balor sucks really, really bad. That's going to be a discussion for next week.
Yes, we'll definitely have to talk about that because, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, that'll do it for us here at the MWA. Tune in live and in living color every single week. We go over the week's news, reviews, discussions. It's always a good time. Eric, Jordan, Adrian, thank you guys so much for joining. Guys, if you haven't already, do us all a huge favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell so you guys are notified every single time we go live. You guys can always participate in our chats, our Discords, and our social medias. We'd love to hear your guys' feedback, positive, negative, indifferent. It's all the same. We love it. We appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Guys, thank you again. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Here at MWA, we have a little phrase. It is one phrase, 3 words. Embrace the attitude.
The attitude.